Tattoo for You Richard here, and it is time for a Monday update Q&A video. And getting kids outside. Did you seriously just hit your head on a doorknob? How do you hit your head on a doorknob? My 5-year-old just hit her head on the doorknob. I don't even understand how this happens. She's tough, though. She's not crying. But she hit her head on a doorknob.
It's silly. What?
Craziness.
What?
Love you, girls. Go wait for the bus. Mwah. I'll see you later. Hey, have a good day. Have a phenomenal day.
I don't want to do the smack face kiss.
Okay, have a phenomenal day.
Okay.
Bye.
Stop.
Insanity. This is mornings. I get up at 6 o'clock in the morning. Actually, 5:55. 5 minutes early. Whatever. But Dad, this is what I have to deal with. I have to get 4 girls up and out the door. 4 girls. A 5-year-old, an 11-year-old, and a 31-year-old out the door. Oh, my wife's going to hate me because I just told her everybody how old she was on camera. Ha ha! Too bad! Sorry! Anyway, wait, did I say their ages right? 5, 7, and 11? Yes, okay.
Daddy, I
Yes.
told her to stop following me and she's not.
She has to follow you. Y'all go on the same bus.
I'm talking about I'm trying to stay away from her.
Do you hear this, guys? Yeah, that's it. It's like, don't touch me. Stop touching me. I'm not touching you. Stop touching me. Excuse me while I rain fire and death upon their behinds. No, seriously. I'm going to deal with this. Sorry, I'm back. Oh, my gosh. The heathens kids of mine. I love them to death, and they're turds. Rose, did you have a question now? As soon as I start recording?
No.
Huh?
No.
Okay, make your breakfast. You got star test. Stupid, ridiculous star test. Let's stop teaching them and making them learn stuff to have them learn how to just take a test. It's ridiculously dumb, and I hate it. Today is rant day, guys and girls and dolls and blah, 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 blah. Anyway, so let's see what we got for the day. Sorry, I got the light on outside because Texas, we decided to go back again and be a rainy place. And garbage, like I didn't have enough allergies and garbage junk coming out of my face. Thanks to all this rain we've had, there's tons of mold everywhere, and again, mold doesn't like me. My lymphedema has high levels of histamine in the fluid, which is causing me to be gross all the time and allergy prone. And with all this stuff, the allergies are just kicking. They're coming at me, bro. Allergies are like, I'm going to come at you, bro. And I'm like, I didn't even ask for you to come at me, bro. But they're coming at me anyway. It's not making me happy. It's not making me happy. Excuse me, I need water. So, updates. Let me see what I got for an update for you guys. I worked on this a little bit more. Got the base color done. Once I'm done with this, I'll do an official, showcase video. So I think I showed you the underside already before, but I had a lot of issues doing this guy with this right here. Because this is the little cockpit thing that slides in and out. Well, I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, you can't right now. Anyway, it was rubbing. I had sanded the mess out of it. Because originally it was like super tight and it was hard to get in there. So I had sanded the junk out of it and made it fit. And then once I painted it, obviously paint adds little bit of tiny micro millimeters of thickness to it. So the first time I put it in, it would not go in at all. And it scraped the crud out of it. So I had to go through and sand it down and file and all that stuff. Till I got it right and it fit in smoothly, repainted it, and it kind of had a little bit more rubbing. So I found the areas that were rubbing and had to sand that down some more. So I finally got it to where it literally if you're not careful, it flies in and it kind of drops out. As it starts to slide, it goes at an angle, so it kind of locks it in place, but it would slide right out. So that is done. That is done. My little terrainy bits, when I was doing the how-to on the camo netting. So here's the original guy. So these guys are done. So here's this one. I'll tell you what, I at the end of the video, I add little photos of them so you can see them up close. And then there's this guy all done. Just added the greenery and stuff to kind of give it a little bit more color to it. And of course we know, that's my brush. She stole my brush. 11-year-old. Already learning to be a thief. Just kidding. Just kidding. And then this guy. Of course we start on this guy. I got the base a little bit more done. Actually, I believe, in my opinion, the base is complete, except for the greenery. Can't you see me? I'm behind a model. I can't... Hello? That's awkward. But the base is done. Yeah, I'm sorry about my grossness. I just need to add the green stuff to it. Not the green stuff. The green leaf. I need to add plant life to it to make it look pretty. So, yeah, that's all that's left on the base portion of that. Today I'm going to work on a little work. I said I was going to... I covered my mouth in the camera. I didn't... Yeah. I said I was going to work more on the legs and get the highlight stuff on there and try to get the basic painting semi-done. There's still like the detail stuff I'll go through. But what I'd like to do... Because now the legs are glued together. They're glued completely, except for I missed the parts where the knees meet. I didn't add the epoxy there. But I epoxied the ankles and the hips. So that's set and steeled. Steeled? It's set and steeled. If I can pull the knees off still, I'll epoxy them. But if they're wedged on there pretty good, I'm not even going to mess with them. I'm just going to leave it alone. Because it's sturdy. But yeah, like I said, I'm going to try to finish up some of the painting on that today. I need to work on my conversion a little bit for tomorrow's video. I do have something that I picked up a while back. It's another Fallout Hobbies kit. They have LED kits. And somebody was asking me about this. So, I will be doing a tutorial on that. If not this week, next week for sure. Because that is for this. The clock landing pad. Yeah, that's why I got those LEDs, because I'm going to light this bad boy up somehow. And I haven't messed with LEDs before, so look for something going crazy. Yeah, I'm going to pause the video now so I can get set up for the Q&A and go through the questions that I have and stuff. So yeah, just give me a minute and we'll come back. All right, guys, I'm back. Kids are off to school, so it's a little less hectic around y'all. Watching... Kiblams Gorka Morka battle report. And I just have to say, this video was sponsored by the number 1. Because I saw a lot of 1s on the dice rolls there. But it's an awesome battle report. It's pretty cool. It's his first one, I believe he said. So, if you like Gorka Morka, you like it, check it out. I'm going to leave a link to this video and him down in the description, along with all the other people that I'm about to mention here. So let's get on to these questions. Mr. IDICBeer Nick. Really great update. All the models are coming along nicely. What are your favorite top 5 80s films? Now, I'm going to say these. I know some of them weren't in the 80s, but I saw them in the 80s. So for me, they're always 80s films. So easily tops are Star Wars. 1, 2, 3. Well, my 1, 2, 3. And honestly, I saw Empire Strikes Back. I remember that one more initially. I always thought that one was the first one because I guess I was old enough to... I was born in 78. So for some reason, I picture Empire Strikes Back as being the first one I clearly remember. But then at the same time, I remember seeing Darth Vader coming on to Leia's ship, you know, and the doors of smoke. Yeah, he steps over all the bodies on the ground because it's the only time the stormtroopers could hit anybody, and then they ceased after that for the rest of the films. So you got Star Wars, the first original 3 Star Wars, Jaws. I saw that one as a child. Now I'm fascinated by sharks. I love Shark Week, but I'm terrified of the ocean because of sharks. And I'm terrified of boats because of sharks. Like, I don't like getting on boats, even in a lake, because, yeah, I don't know why. It's weird. And then I'd say next would be, I'd have to say probably E.T. That was one of my other ones. It's totally nerd stuff right there. That's all, like, straight nerds and horror flicks. Yeah, I think that was it. I mean, the Friday the 13th, the original Friday the 13th, I think would be up there too. If it's not in the top 5, like if it doesn't kick E.T. out, it's right behind E.T. But yeah, those are probably my top 5. I love movies, honestly. I'm a horror movie fan, for sure. That's like my ultimate horror movie, and sci-fi stuff are the tops. And then comedies and all that other jazz. But yeah, horror movies are my top favorites. Or some of my favorite ones. Dice Miniature Paint Guy. Oh yes, Stealth Suit is awesome idea. Do it. I'll explain that later. I love that guy. He's a rad dude, man. Tabletop Banter. Awesome cats. They just reached 300 subscribers. And I believe I saw something about a 300 subscriber giveaway video thing. I'm so far behind from this weekend because I got sick again. Haha. Well, really? You got sick? You silly goose. You never get sick. No, I get sick all the time now. So, it's Tabletop Banter says, casting is a yes from me. Would love to see it. So I was talking about doing casting tutorial videos. And I will, guys. I really, really will. Just with money being non-existent right now, I can't sell anything on eBay to save my life, apparently. So I won't be getting anything anytime soon. So until I can figure that out, it's on the back burner. It'll come, but not for a little bit. I would love to see it. What was the first box of miniatures you ever bought, and do you still have them in your collection? Yes and no. The first box I ever bought, when I first got into the hobby, it was because of that terrain book, How to Make Wargame Terrain. Look at this hair, dude. I have this thing on my head. I'm sorry, I'm going to go off topic. I have this thing on my head. My hair grows like it's trying to run away. So all my hair on this side of my head goes this way, while all the hair on this side of my head, like if this long part wasn't here, this all would stick out. It's crazy. It's like all this. It's like there's a party on the right side. Everybody go over there. Let's go. Come on, guys. And they're like, oh crap, Lefty's coming. We gotta get out of here. So they're trying to jump off my head. It's crazy. Yeah. So anyway, first set I ever bought was, boy, I just go squirrel. The box of and it was the painting set. The original painting set, and it came with the little figure like this. This is the first guy I ever painted. Focus, focus, focus. So yeah, that's the first guy I ever painted. And then shortly after that, I bought a box set of the 5-pack Chaos Marines. And I thought they would be fun to paint, but they weren't at all. But I picked up a couple more, like, little 5-pack Chaos. And then finally I got the box game. They came with the Space Marines and the Goth orcs. And I painted all those up. And a little Gretchen with the Grots. I think they were called Grots back then, with the auto guns and stuff. But then, yeah, and I still have a 5 squad of those guys. And they're pretty much painted up like this. My little flamer guy, and then that. So yeah, I still have a few of them. You know, and I even have the captain in here. He's missing an arm. But this is all my box of oldies. And here's the missing arm captain. You want to talk about really old? Check that guy out. It's an old Imperial Knight, a plastic one. I have a metal one laying around here too somewhere. Oh, look at the little homunculus guy. So, and then I think, I don't remember when these came out. Maybe at the same time. It was like another little 5-pack. But it was the hips, the flat-waisted. I think the heads were permanently affixed. And then you just mount the arms on there. Yeah, I don't remember what all. Yeah, I think yeah, that was the 5-pack. Was one of those little guys because you can glue the body on and then arms on, and the head was already mounted. Yeah, so yeah, I still have them. I'm gonna keep them forever just because they're silly. So yeah, this is an awesome question. Fire breathing duck. Really excited to see your casting tutorial. Fantastic vid. Thank you. This casting tutorial's got to come along, buddy. We're gonna go down real quick because Commissar Gamza, he commented separate times. A gallon of Jack, dang, 1 bottle and I would be gone. Yeah, I had problems, buddy. Imperial Guard Crute, where's my bolt pistol? I need to have a word with these guardsmen. Haha, good story, sir, and great work. Cool stories as well. My spell names would come out with the guarantee to make everyone mad. Because I was talking about the D&D and how it works. He says, okay, final comment. My question, you are on the front lines, and Norton pops up. Nope. You are on the front line battling against Tyrannids. You have to be someone from a troop's choice on any codex you want. Who are you, and what are your weapons? I wanted to research this one a little bit more, but I didn't. I have to say, if I stick with my Tau theme and keep going with Tau, I would probably be a breacher because I like their gun, which I believe the closer you get, the better it is. So if you get like a bunch of gaunts coming at you, you could probably take out a good chunk of them. Ultimately, you're going to die. Excuse me. I don't know a lot about the Imperial Guard. I know they have last cannons and stuff like that. Or last guns. Space Marines. Space Marines would be cool, obviously. Assault Space Marine, you're going to get gacked, but you could probably take out a lot. Man, I got a cough. Hold on a second. All better now. Yeah, Space Marine, I don't know. Maybe Eldar, definitely not. Orcs would be just fun, I think. Because you'd be just a big wall of green crashing up against a big wall of chitinous hard stuff. I said chitin. Yeah, I think I'm going to stick to Tau right now just to be safe. And probably go the Breachers, which ultimately I think is going to be a failure on my part. But I think because of their weapons, the closer you get, the more powerful they are. So as they're coming in, boom, 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 and then you overwatch. As they get ready to assault, you should be able to take out a good chunk more and possibly survive. Yet only one of your guys can use a grenade. Hey, Pete, it's your turn. Throw the grenade now. But I didn't bring grenades. Dak nabbit, Pete. John, have you thrown a grenade yet? Okay, throw a grenade. I have 7, but I can't. I already threw one last time. So, anyway, yeah. So I hope that answered your question, man. I really wanted to research it a little better and go. I just think the Breacher with their standard Breacher, the blast gun or whatever, and maybe like some grenades. I don't know what the Tau have as frag grenades if they do. I know they have the EMP grenades for vehicles, but yeah, I think that's what I would do. Pass down to the bottom. Wargamer Shawn, what's up, my home skillet? Great video, man. Good to hear from you. Good luck on the painting for commissions. Man, it's just a thing, dude. I mean, I appreciate the luck nonetheless. I mean, if it happens, it happens. If it's another, If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Meh. I think you are right. You don't want to do so much that it makes you hate it. Yeah. I always had a friend who said, do what makes you happy for a career, but do what you love as a hobby. So that way you don't get burned out by it. Because he's a musician and he loved to rock and roll, has an awesome band, but he loves to draw and art and stuff too. So he made tattooing a career and chose not to follow the career path on his music, because when he started to do that, his old band signed with a company, and he realized as they signed, he just was unhappy. It became miserable. So he decided to step away from it, and he realized music was his. Yeah, anyway, that's the reasoning behind it. Take care, man. So you mentioned you're a Mormon. Yes, I am. Have you been one your whole life, or convert later? If you're not comfortable talking about it, I understand. Cheers, man. Yeah, I'm not uncomfortable talking about it, and I'm not one of those guys that I throw my faith in your face constantly, because I mean it's okay. I'm a convert. I was Christian back in the day. I never got baptized for reasons, and I drew myself way away from the church for reasons. I will say it involved depression and bullying, and a few attempts of suicide as well. And I could never understand why members of a church would make a person feel that way if they were supposed to believe in such a thing, and this and that and the other. But I'm not going to go any further into that. But so yeah, and so I just totally turned my back on faith. Was completely just didn't care, didn't want anything. I had nothing. I didn't need anything. Me and my wife started changing our lives a few years ago, trying to get better. There was a lot of strain on our personal life, our married life, and everything too. But I just realized my dad's gonna watch this, my brother, so they're gonna know some things I don't talk to them about. Whatever, life goes on. Anyway, we decided, to change her life. She wanted to go to church. I was like, cool, fine with that. And she was blessed as a baby into the church, the Latter-day Saints. And so the missionaries always tend to come by. She was going to another Christian church, and she would go there and didn't feel comfortable. She was getting the spiritual message, but being around people who are in our neighborhood, in our community, as well as other people, she was just another butt in the seat. Nobody cared that she was there. The missionaries came over one day, just asked to cut down a tree branch in our yard. That's all they wanted. My wife said, sure. And I said, cool, well, thanks. She's like, and then she called and asked me, she's like, hey, I kind of want to invite them in. And I'm like, whatever, let's talk to them, get to know them. And yeah, and one thing led to another. I was just like, cool, whatever. I don't believe it, whatever. Sat and chat with them and found out, LDS, Mormons, they're just Christians with a twist, and the twist isn't that bad if you really think about it. So yeah, something happened, they were talking, we did this, we did that, and next thing I know, something just clicked in me, so I went to church, and for whatever reason, the day I walked into that church was a really good day. You walk in there, and the people there are in your community, and they live right next to you. That's how it's set up. Each church ward family is like we're in the Highland Village ward, so everybody in that church lives in our area. So you meet friends that live down the street from you, and they come up and meet you, shake your hand, say hi to you, say if you need anything, give us a call, hand you your phone numbers. You're just a genuinely inviting people, and I loved that. And after that day, I had more. I said I lost my numbness. I just had a good feeling, and I kind of got a bit of my anti-depression back medicine there. I guess I wasn't depressed. So anyway, I can ramble on about that, but I'm not gonna. So yeah, I'm a Mormon. I don't mind it. I love it. In my opinion, I believe it and I feel it. So that for me is good. Other people may not. That's fine. That's your choice, your decision, and if for whatever reason you happen to do it, cool. If you don't, then cool too. Faith isn't for everybody. It's there for everybody, but it's not for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, yeah. You don't believe? Cool, you're still my homie. You believe? Cool, you're my homie too. As long as you're not mean about it. So, anyway, next. Thanks, Shawn. I still love you, buddy. Nice vids. Oh, sorry. Fury Empire. Nice vids. I like how you're using the Robotech theme. Thanks. I love it. My question is, what is your favorite Destroid? Second is, where do you plan on putting the eyes on the KX-139? I don't know yet. I'll answer the second part first. I'm not sure, but I think I don't have it out. But on the front of the main body, where the slot would be, it's that front part that sticks out a little bit, possibly there. If you watch my Journey into Forge World video this week, I'm going to be painting the upper torso. I'll kind of point out if I remember, but you'll probably see better. It's just that center section would be in line with the head. It sticks out a little further. I thought about right on either side of that, maybe putting those little eyes there. It just depends. I don't want to put them on the sides because then it'll look weird, like little nipples. So I think right there would be great. As far as which Destroid do I like, one of my favorites was obviously the monster. And I've heard people call it Koenig too, and I believe that is from BattleTech. The Koenig monster is what it was called in BattleTech. But the Destroid monster is my favorite. Obviously, I just love the big green beastiness of it, because that thing's massive. Like, if you put a Valkyrie up next to it, it's huge, if I'm remembering correctly. But it's like pretty daggum big. And then the Tomahawk. It's the one with the... Yeah, I believe the Tomahawk is the one with the 2 cannon arms, and it has the little rocket missile pods up top. I like the way that one looks a lot. I had a little toy of that when it came out, like Exo Squad came out. I loved Exo Squad. Those were cool. First time you watch a cartoon and you see people die. G.I. Joe, you shoot down 6 planes with 1 rocket and 8 people fly out with parachutes. Everybody survives. But Exo Squad, death. And but no, then they came out with the toys, and then the toys eventually started putting out the Robotech figures to go with them as like little defense things or whatever. But I love the Tomahawk. So that one was really cool. I hope that answers your question, man. Let's go down for some more. Oh, I have a few more. Mini Warzone. The chicken or pulled pork sounds amazingly delicious. Thank you, sir. I'll be sure to bring some zombie side around with me on that day, and we'll kick some butt. Sweet. My question is, what scares you the most in a game or fictitious setting? Oh, excuse me. Sorry. I think the Horde. In a zombie game, in a 40K game, the Hordes. And I'm not talking like traditional zombies. A traditional zombie horde, me personally, I couldn't get away. I can't walk. I'm in a wheelchair going around, so I couldn't get away, period. I'd be dead from the start. I'd pull my gun out, my rifle out, and handle my business as long as I could. Make sure my family got away. But the horde, the fast-moving hordes, no. I mean, for that, it's like no matter how fast you get, you're being overwhelmed and swarmed is terrifying to me. Yeah, that's very creepy and scary. When you get the zombies too, like zombie side has runners. You know, you got Walking Dead and all that stuff like that. For me, are the traditional zombies where, you know, they're so deteriorated, their muscles aren't going to function properly and stuff like that. Blah blah. But when you get in that situation where they're runners, like bolters, then it's great. Like World War Z. Those running zombies, that was crazy, you know. So yeah, I hope that answered your question. This is the hordes. Stealth suit idea, kiblams. Dang it, I'm saying questions without words. It's not a question. Kiblams, the stealth suit idea is pretty cool. I would certainly watch a series on casting. So yeah, I'm seriously wanting to do that, man, and I will as soon as I can. I'm just going to have to find the proper clear resin that casts up hard enough it'll work. And then I'll do that. Then we have the... Oh, buddy. I get worried about saying your name all the time. The Andradandy. Andradandy. Links below, buddies. Love the phasing idea. Would definitely like to see a video on that. What would your Warhammer Fantasy army be and why? I'm still torn on that. Well, actually, I wasn't. I had kind of settled down to possibly going straight Skaven. Just because of the rodents. I hate rats in real life, but they looked pretty cool. At first it was beastmen or rodents or Skaven, and I think I had settled on Skaven because they have some of the cooler models. But the orcs came out, and they look pretty sick. I would probably vote orcs now, and I've always had a soft spot for orcs. That was like my first legit full army was orcs. So go in 40K. So fantasy, I would probably go orcs. I want to get into AOS eventually, but I don't know when. So, yeah, orcs just because they're awesome. The figures are awesome, and just again, I like the barbarian bruteness of them. And then we got Billy Pate. You got my name right. Glad you're doing better, man. Thank you. I got sick again, but I'm better again. Green is going to be awesome. If you're a reader, any favorite books or authors? I'm a funny reader. I typically, I would prefer a comic book over a book because I can get, because the pictures. The pictures. I have, like, an attention span of a fly. I start reading a book. If it doesn't grab me instantly, I can't get into it, man. My favorite books I've read, and I read every one of them, was the Resident Evil series. They had the Resident Evil books from the games, and then they had like other little short novels, just different stories. Those were fun to read because I was really into the series, so that helped me. Not because of the author or anything like that, because I think there was a few different ones, and you could kind of tell the difference in the writings. Dean Koontz is probably one of my top favorite authors because I've read the Odd Thomas series I loved, but that's just it. I've just read that series, and I actually haven't read the last few books. I read the first 3, but I haven't read the other 2 or 3. So that's the sad part, is like I like it, but those last 2 books, it was hard for me to get started on them, and I couldn't do it. My mom's a huge Stephen King fan. Like, she has every single book, first edition. She's a trooper. I couldn't read any of his other horror books, but I read the Dark Tower series. The first one, and then the second one had that lady Odetta, and Odetta killed me. After I got through that book, I couldn't finish anymore. I couldn't go any further. So yeah, those were fun, but then I had to stop because something kicked me. Like, I couldn't get sucked into it anymore. Chuck Palahniuk. I've read The Lullaby. Amazing book, man. That is a trip. I've read Invisible Monsters. Awesome book. I've read... What else? There was one more book I've read by him. I have a bunch of them, but I've only read those few. I haven't read Fight Club yet. Oh, I've read Choke. Choke was the other book. I've read those 3 books by him. Really cool books. But yeah, I couldn't. Again, I started reading one of his books. I think The Haunted. No. Survivor. Diary, that was it. I started reading Diary, whereas the lady she's writing a diary to her dying or dead husband or something like that. And that one kind of it petered me out to be able to read the other books that were even better, supposedly. So like I said, I have a reading problem. I don't read enough, and I would like to. Tales from Jabba's Palace. That's a good book. If you want to learn about characters in Jabba's Palace, that's awesome. It makes you see the Rancor's situation in a different light. You really feel sorry for the little guy. you know, when he was crying because the Rancor died. Now I just want to give him a hug every time. So yeah, guys, that's all my questions. I hope I answered them good. As always, I enjoy my updates and my questions. Feel free if you want to ask more. That's fine. If you don't, it's totally cool, man. Yeah, thanks, guys. Like, comment, subscribe if you haven't. If you think I'm worth checking out every Monday, and my other videos. So, yeah, guys, love you. Have a wonderful week. I've got some more videos to make and stuff, and yeah, just thanks a million, guys. Like, comment, subscribe, ask me questions if you want to. I will see you later on, and have a wonderful nerd life, my friends. See ya.